Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and to all the fans of 𝐸plan, welcome to Every Friday with 𝐸plan Tip. Magic begins to raise the standard. So, what is today's topics? Today's topics I'm getting into that cable list. So, if you see it, we already default we have it. So, if you want to get the complete details of cables, we have something called cable diagram in export labeling. But today I want to explore that. Is it possible to get the cable details in one single worksheet, not as a separate worksheet? Can I get it everything in one single worksheet? So let us see that how to get that particular one. So it's uh, especially we are exploring this labeling part. Okay, and and then there are two things comes into the picture. One is we are more interested cable with core information supposed to come. So if I have a 7 cores, then 7 lines of informations will come. Yeah, in that I am interested to get cable DT and also the core information, plus in core source and target designations, those things also I am interested to get those things. Okay, and what all the things you should be aware if you want to get those informations. Why I'm stressing on this is because, so if you take as a cable, the one in 𝐸plan, whenever you see this blue color, this is what we normally call it as a cable. So when we talk about the core, I think you might be known that we call this as a connection definition point, right? So now what we are doing it is we are getting this connection definition point information. In that we also want this information to get inside, where we will be having a cable DT plus cable type or other informations when we want to have it. So how do we extract these informations in this is what very important. That's why I'm saying, so when you go for a cable overview diagram means, so you will get the blue color information coming inside, but this time we are going with cable diagram. Cable diagram means each core information you are getting in that. So when you say cable diagram means you're getting this core information. In that core information we are also fetching this cable details in that. Okay, so when we want that detail to come, and that too in the same worksheet, how we are supposed to get those information, so that we will try to see it. Okay, so for that, to get these things, how we are running on this, yeah, definitely you should know what is cable definition. As I said, that blue color line, what we call it as a cable definition. The second, those cores, we call it as a connection definition point. Okay, and yes, definitely you need that export labeling, how we are going to do it. And also we will have a quick recap if you are not seeing, or if you want a detailed one, already you might be seeing in my there is a video called part list labeling, which is in Hindi language. But if you see it, how the 3 hashes and all those things, however, we are going to recap in this video also. And another most important thing you need to know it is a block property. Okay, this is very important for you, so that how we are fetching those details and all those things are very important for us to know. So without delay, what we do it is we'll just switch to 𝐸plan and we'll see that. So what we are talking about cable diagram, is it possible to get it? So this is my sample project. So if I go to file and if I go to export manufacturing data, and there is a labeling. So you saw that, see, if I go to, this is export, this is manufacturing data, in that we are touching this particular one called labeling. Very good. So once I click on this labeling, this is where the things you will be getting it. Let's see the default already readily available cable diagram is readily available for you. So when I click on this, what is that output I am getting it? If you are happy with this output, nothing else you're required to do it. So all that you have to do it is just select the project, and you will get all the cable reports in each worksheet separately. You can see it. See, you can see it here. So I can see the cable 1 diagram, in that all the cable details you are getting it. Below it is telling it is coming from which page column, what is the function text, what is source, target, and all those things you are getting it in this fashion. So each one, if you want as a separate one, yes, you can get it all these things like this. Okay, but now what we are trying to plan it as, everything we want it in a single sheet. Okay, so how do we get those informations? When we get these informations, actually how it comes in 𝐸plan, so we'll also try to understand that part also quickly. So when I just want to make it little small so that you can see that what I am trying to show you. So I will go here, I will go to this export, manufacturing data, labeling. Yeah, quick. So in that, if you see, this is a cable diagram from where I am getting that cable header. Okay, so if you see this header data, so especially the cable DT and all those things, the one which you are seeing it right now, This is a cable DT from here, right? So these all are coming from the header data. Okay. And if you see these, the data which is multiplying here, that is your labeling. Okay. That is your labeling part and all those things. But right now, what is our requirement is, so now we are interested that everything we want to pull it in a one single sheet, so that you will not have a separate header and then coming separate header and then sheet. No, everything comes in a same single line. Here itself we want to add a cable DT and also we want to add a cable type. So this is where the challenge arises now. So if I search in the label, so if you go to that Eplan here and if I try to search in the label, okay, so that information you will not get the way we wanted to get it. Like if I go here to get that cable DT the way I used to get here, you will not get that information in this place. So that is what I was trying to see. So if I want that information to, you want to get there, how to take them inside the Eplan. So that is what we are going to see it now. So with help of a block property, we can pull that information inside this one. Means what we are trying to do it is, if you see this is a cable, but the kind of report what we are going is in a cable diagram, means we are saying that red color one. This is a core information. From the core, we are getting into the cable and then getting the cable information into it. So such activities is possible only through this option. What is that? Block property. So this is another good example to tell you that how effective that block property can be for you to fetch the data. This is one such example which you are going to see it now. So I will show you that how we are going to have it. Okay. So without delay, we'll just jump. So before that, what I did it is I just created one template so that I don't want to spend time in pulling all these detail. So this is normally what we do. We'll prepare one Excel template the way we wanted to have it. In this, if you observe it, first one I'm getting into the serial number. After that, I'm saying cable DT, cable type, source DT, pin number, target DT, pin number, and then sheet reference. You can have many other informations also, but I just took minimum information here. And you can just observe it. What is the differences you are seeing it here? When you see this hash, H hash means you have to get it from the header header tab. So you might have seen that. So these information normally you will get it from header tab. What about F? F means footer tab. So you have to get the details from footer tab. It doesn't mean that Excel footer. It is a in the export labeling. When you open that particular window, there is a something called footer. From there it will fetch all those details. Similarly, when you see 3 hash means this comes from the label tab. Okay, and each 3 hash corresponds to one property. Okay, for example, if I take hash dash hash, 3 hashes means you are taking 2 property in a one single cell. Okay, so it all depends the way you want it. So 3 hash corresponds to one property. So for example, if you come across like this and if you put, like for example, I say hash hash hash, and after that you put some dash and you put one more hash, means in the same cell you are trying to capture 2 property informations. Okay, and why we are placing hash here? To tell them that this is the first cell where the data will be entering it. Okay, the order, the way you are going to do it, it has to be, you have to do the order the way you have you want to have it, because it is not going to capture, okay, serial number is coming, so I'll come and sit. No, the way the order you maintain in that export labeling scheme, which is the first one, the first data will come here, second will come, third, fourth. That is the order which is going to take care of those things. Okay, so before I go there, now I need these cable details to be taken. So first I'll set that information, then I will go to that export labeling. So what I do, first I want to get into one of the cable and try to get those details, cable details. How do I get it? So before that, what I do, already the page is open. So you can see there is no insert, edit, view, correct? So now if I try to open any one particular page, automatically that insert, edit, everything will come into the picture. So once I select it, once I double click, see, automatically insert, edit, everything comes into the picture, right? So now what I do, I'll go to view, I'll say open. In that I'm interested in cable navigator. So once I select that cable, I'll say right click synchronize. See, you will see all the cables, whichever cable you want to have it, everything is available in this cable navigator. Very beautiful. So now what I want to do it is, so these informations, what is that informations? Like DT, I want number of connections, cross sections and all those things. Can I fetch those details being inside the conductor information, is the core information. So all those things, how do I fetch it? Now you see that. So what I'm doing it is, I'll take one example. I get into one of the core one like BU. From here, I want to get the cable informations. For that, what I'm doing it is, first whatever it is there, all categories, first I'll switch to user defined so that I can show that what is I'm trying to do it. I'll click on new and we have two things comes into this picture. So one is a block property format where you set your rules and your formulas and what you want to achieve through that. And for display purpose, they used to go with a block property. But right now we are not interested in display. So we are interested only to get those details to happen. So what do? You say drill down and I'm selecting the 5. 5 for DTL selected and 6 I'll select it for cable type. Let's see that can we get this detail for all. So let's see why I'm taken this here to check that am I going to a right place or getting the data. Once I get this formula or rules properly, then I will put it in the project properties and it is applicable for the whole project. Okay, so how do I go? First I'll go into the format. I will browse here. Now where I am there, so if you see it, it is also shows that. So if you can zoom it, that's why preview is always important. It says that you are there in the conductor. From the conductor, I want to go into the cable. So how do I go? So there is the easiest way. I can click a main function and after that I'll hit this next level. Then automatically I'll get into the cable. So you can see that on the top, it says that you are there in the cable definition. So let me just go back again. So now you don't have anything. So when I selected this particular one, you can see that I am inside one of the conductor and wire. See, conductor and wire. Now if I select this as a main function, now you observe it and I'll click on this next level. Now you see that automatically it changed to cable definition, means the blue color cable where I was there, but right now I was sitting in this core information. From the core, I jumped into this cable. How did I jump? By selecting this main function. After that, clicking this step means I'm getting inside this. Okay, you're getting inside this. What is that you want to get? So now I'll drill down. I will go to device DT. Do I need a display DT or I need with the structure? I can choose the way I need to have it. Like for example, I want to say that DT full only I want to capture it. Let's see that do I get it. So I'll say I'll be getting these informations. Okay, I was able to achieve what is the DT I was looking for. Second one, cable type, can we have it? So what I do, again I will browse. So when I browse, you see that I am in the conductor. So what I do, I will go to the main function of this. I'll select it and then I will click this next level. You see that once I click this next level, automatically it changed to cable definition. See, once I click this one, by selecting this, automatically I went into cable definition. So what is that information you are looking for? So we can also go here, even the part also will be visible. So do you want to capture something from the part database? Yes, you can capture whatever details you want to have it. Okay, so but mainly I was looking for the core informations and all those things. So what is the easiest way to find out? So if you want to go to general functions and capture it, yes, you can try all those things. See, it will give you what is the voltage and all those things. But I would say that right one to get here is this particular one. What is that? Cable. See, already we have a separate one called cable. So anything required on DT, we have something called DT. We have general functions, we have terminal. Similarly, we have something called cable. So now what I do on double click on the cable, now you see so many informations are coming inside. What is that you're looking for? So I need number of connections with core and cross section is all required. See, automatically I'll be able to extract this information. So once I click it, automatically this information is coming over here. Very good. So now I got these two formulas and now I understood the way I am getting it. So now what I do, I'll just copy these two informations there. So I'm taking 5 and 6. Okay. So this is good. So now what I do, I will go to the project. I will say right click properties. After that, I'll say user defined. Okay. So now what I do in the format. So why I went with user defined, because I don't want to see so many properties are there. I'll be getting confused. So I just switch to user defined. And then here I was talking about the formula. This is a global one. So I can just go to that cable and here I'm interested in 5 and 6. I pull that 5 and 6. After that, I'll just paste it, the one which I had it from there. So now it is applicable for my all the project, for entire project. Wherever you have cable, this particular one will be applicable. So once it is applied there, so you can see that. Now I'll hit a back button there. I just want to cross check again. Is that available there? Yes, this is available. Very good. So now what I do it is, now I'll jump to that labeling. So what I do, I'll go to File, I'll go to Export, Manufacturing Data, then I'll click on Labeling. So once you click on this labeling, now you are there in this particular information there. So now what I do it is, I will just browse. So in this only, without changing, I can also make the changes what is required, and I can achieve what I have required. But if you want to create a new, that is also possible to create it. For you to get a little benefit on those lines, I want to go with new. But generally, we can also achieve by using a copy option. Copy and edit the way you wanted, and those are also possible. So necessary ones, we can just add it. Rest everything, we can leave it. But if in case you are doing new, remember that this is very important. So when you click a new, you should know from which report you are trying to achieve that. Remember, we are getting into cable diagram. Very good. So I will click on that cable diagram. Once I click it, there is a one more window will open here. Okay. I think it is taking little time. Yes. So I will say this is Eplan tip. Always start with your company name. So from where you will be extracting those informations. So after that, I'll say the cable list, and then I will say this is TRG. So what is that you are trying to extract it? So then I will say click OK. First you go to that file. Please select Excel. Then you jump into the template. Go to the default window and the one which you have created. So I'm just selecting this particular cable list. Then in the target file, how do you want to get your output file? So we have various ways. You can also try with your insert path variable. So every time, can it pick the project name? Yes, it can pick. You can give that project name, and after that I'll say XLXX. So remember that whatever path you give, extension is mandatory. If you don't give extension, you will not get the output. Means once you get the file, what should be the file name? That is the meaning of it. It's not that you have to go and take physical file should be there. No. When I click OK, what should be the target file name? That is the one which is trying to capture. Okay. Hope you are getting it. So we also added the template, the one which I am showing it here. The template is also added. So now I am getting into the header. In the header, if you observe it, what is the data which I am trying to fetch? The hash is the header. So I need a project description. So what I do, I will double click on the project properties. I will jump into this here. I'll type DES. Then I think I will be able to get it. Project description. Very good. So then I'll click OK. So what about the second one? Footer. If in case you have lot many things like here also hash, here also hash. Okay. So normally how Eplan works is, if you have multiple header details, first always it takes from left to right, top to down. Left to right, top to down. That is the approach normally it will take it in Eplan. So now it is saying that this one you are getting from footer. So now what I do, I have to switch to footer. Again, I have to double click on this project properties. I have to search for job number. So now I'm able to get this job number. Very good. I'm getting this job number. Now what I do it is middle data. Normally, if I say 3 hash, these all details are related to label. Now I'm switching to label. So from the label, now I'll get all these details to have it. So first one, when you say number means, normally it will be part of your record. Record means consecutive number. Perfect. The first one you are able to get it. What about these two? If you can remember, we went into a block property. One is 5, the other one is 6. So we'll try to get it that. So go to the cable connection, search for block property. As I said, for display purpose, we use this block property. So similarly, we can't select at a time 2, only one by one we have to select. So this is for cable DT. Again double click. Again you go to block property and select 6. Okay, now we are able to get these two. These 3 are done. So now we'll go to source DT. Source DT is nothing but device source. So now you see this cable where you had it. One will have a source, the other one will have a target, right? So on same lines, we will have something called device source, device target. So double click on the device source. What is that you are looking for? If you want the entire DT in one single name, in one single property, we have something called name. So if you select this, name of the target connection point full means it will give you with the DT full plus connection point. But some people will say that no, I need DT full separate, connection point separate means then you can do this option. So what you have to do? First you have to select DT. There you go for DT full. Then again you click on the source. Then you say that put name, but you will take the one which is without full. So this particular one we will going to select that one. So name of the connection point. So it will pick the name of the connection point. So you can see it. And after that, what do you need? Target one. So similarly, now we are interested in target. I will just double click. Again, I will go to DT full. So you select the DT full. And then again, you click the target. And after that, you say that I need a name. Name of the connection point. Full. As you scroll down, then you will be able to get it. See, always remember when you type something like this here. Like for example, I put a name. So it is taking a time. You just enter it so that you will be able to find it easily there. Okay, you can press enter. So select this and you say click OK. The last one is a reference. It is saying that you want to get it from the reference. So when you want to have that reference, so from where you want to have a reference, you can also take it from the device source. You can also take it from the different options are available. So you can choose from where you want to have it. So we have something called placement. So we can select the placement. Depending on the placement, the way you are getting it, we can choose the way we wanted to have it. So even if you go to that cable connection here, so here also we can search for placement. So then what it will do it is, it will try to create you that conductor placement one where you want to have it. Okay. So right now we are took from the device source placement what we are getting it. Okay. Then I can say click OK. So this is very important. Yeah. So now whatever data you have fed it, you can just cross check with your Excel. So you can see that I am Excel, template is done, label, I have it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry. Yeah. So if I go here, the kind of data what you're going to see it here, you will be having a 8. Means you can see that these data what you are getting it is 8. So perfect. So these two are matching and we have one header and we have one footer. Now you see that whatever cables are there, everything comes in one particular worksheet, means in this particular Excel sheet. So what I do, I'll just close this particular one and now I will select this, click OK. Before you click on that, please make sure the language is yes, English, because many times we do this mistake. So please make sure that you select the language and choose this export and start application. So if you want for the entire project, you can select for the entire project. If you select any particular location, you can select it. If in case you have selected any page where there is no cable, that may not be able to generate it. Okay. So that is another thing. And sometimes you will be asking what is this repetition per label. Especially this is not useful here. But if you are creating any ferrule list, okay, if you have a direct ferrule, cross ferrule, I want to print 2 times. So there it will be handy. So if you want to print the same label 2 times, then it will be handy. But in this case, it is not useful for you. The cable is what we are trying to get at. So now what I do, I said that apply to entire project and I said export and start applications. Now I'll click OK. So now what happens is it will take the template from there and these data the way you are getting it. So you are getting in this fashion. So I'm getting all this data is coming over there, but why I am not getting the other information properly here? Okay, in some places I will be able to see that cable DT and cable type is not considered properly. Okay, so let me just go back and check. Did I have? Okay, I have only one project here. I can go to that properties. Here is a cable 5 what I was talking about. So, oh sorry, I made a mistake. It's not supposed to be in the cable. This is a mistake which I did. Okay. Extremely sorry. So this supposed to be the one. It is under connection. I'm extremely sorry. So it's supposed to be in the connection definition point, right? Not on the cable. So you are right. So this is not supposed to be there. It has to be, because we didn't put that cable conductor here. We placed it under this connection definition point. So that's the reason I was not able to get it. So this is called connection, not a cable. Okay. So I'm extremely sorry for this. Yeah, please correct this particular one. So it should be part of your connection definition point. Okay, good. So now see, in the result also, when you don't get, automatically you'll get to know why you are not getting it. So now I'll select it again. Again, I'll just go back. I'll say export, manufacturing data, labeling. So then I will say export and start application. I'll just click it. Now I think I should be able to get that particular Excel the way I want to have those informations. Okay, this time please come. Okay, yes, you see that. See, automatically I was able to get this information. That was a small mistake which I did. Again, I went into cable, but I was talking about in the course. Course is nothing but in 𝐸plan we call it as connections. So now you can see that you are getting all these informations in this fashion. So that is what I was trying to get. You will be getting in this fashion. So as you see that the kind of cable you have it, but you are not getting any gap. But as you finish that course one, see, automatically you are getting all these things are happening on the right side. You can also observe the numbers. After it finishes 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, the next cable will start with 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see that from there also you will be able to find it. Similarly, you will see that all the informations the way you are getting it in this fashion. You are also getting a project description and also you are getting a job number. So this is how you can achieve the result what you are looking for in 𝐸plan. Okay, so this is on the cable list. If you want in a single worksheet, this is possible. So for that, what you are supposed to do it is, first we have to create a block property so that in the conductor will go inside and we are doing under connection definition point. So that from here we jump there and we were able to get it. And in the global property, extremely sorry, don't do it in the cable. You have to do it under connections. I'm extremely sorry for that. So please remember, it has to be part of your connection, not cable. Perfect. So once you put this detail, then if I go to that labeling, I think you might be aware about it. That part we already did it. So we went into the label and then we worked on this and we took this cable connection and we said that block property 5, block property 6. So that we were able to achieve the result what we are looking for, right? Okay, so this is how we are able to get the one which we were looking. Okay, especially for the bill of material, these things will be handy. But right now for this, it may not be that required. But sometimes if we don't get for bill of material like terminals or cables, there this is handy, but not for cables. So this is how we can extract it in one go. We used to get everything in one shot. Okay, so if you want to have it, yeah, you can explore it so that it also will be very useful for you to have it. So we'll quickly recap the one which we have, standard one. In the cable diagram, why you used to get it in a separate worksheet. So if you see it here, we are using the header detail. If you go to the footer, they are breaking here. You can observe it. Page break when there is a change in DT. That's why you used to get in a separate worksheet. If you remove it, then you will not get the header detail. Okay, be careful with that. So that for that particular one, this was good to have it so that it used to break it. But right now, the one which we tried it is, we are not breaking any sheet there. We are putting everything, but everything comes one below the other. Okay, so that is how you are able to achieve with help of a cable list. But most important, I want to stress is on the block property. See that? See, from here I can go inside the cable and get the data whatever I required. So that is possible with help of a block property. So please remember, to write a formula or anything, it is a format. For display purpose, it is just the block property. But you have to remember, both the numbers are very, very important. The numbers, what you are going to do it is what? Why we did it here? Because to test it, so that are we getting the right values or not. Once we got the values and everything proper, it is not required to be here. So you can also delete from here or you can cut from here, and your focus should be this one to put under the project properties. So this is where we were able to get that particular information on that 𝐸plan. Okay, so this is our able to achieve the result what we were looking for. So we selected that. After that, we went into export labeling, manufacturing data, labeling. Okay, so the way we wanted all these things we are done. We selected the language and all those things are done. Then we say click OK and we got the result what we were looking for. Okay, so once you get all these things are done in this fashion, so cable DT, not only this, any more part number or any other information of the cable, block property can do everything for you. And if you want everything in one cell, With single block property also, you can fetch all those informations can be done easily with help of a Eplan. And before I could say bye, I want to stress one more important thing is in Eplan, these are very silent but very powerful. What are the ones? One, I would say that block property, right now the one which you explored, it can be used at many places. Second powerful one, in my previous video, you would have seen that placeholder object. This is also very powerful. As you see the hanger symbol, how important it plays. The last one, you also need to explore, that is called message management, which we normally are not using. All these things comes into picture once you get used to Eplan P8. Okay, once you start using electric P8 effectively, these three things makes your work much more effective. Remember, okay? So in future also I'll try to find such samples which more or less you will find that there is a relation will be building between block property or message management. But these all are very powerful, but they look like silent killers. Yeah. So before I could say bye, yeah, please like to load more contents, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe. And my name is Vishnuvardhan Reddy. Please remember, Jai Hind. Have a nice day.